Anyway, spirituality complemented an original idea I had and helped construct a paradigm of love and light. Okay, so this is getting somewhere. The paradigm of love and light, the idea that love and light is the truth. Love and goodness and light and joy and happiness, that's the ultimate truth. And the full, complete belief that I had in that allowed for the kind of experience of that, because my mind was now programmed into love and light. It was on that dial, and then it was attuning to everything that was like love and light, love and light, love and light. So when I would go out, things that reflected that kind of essence really revealed themselves to me, in a sense. In other words, I was just looking for them kind of unconsciously. And anytime I saw them, they'd be like, oh, it's a sign. Hello? Thank you for the message. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, it was just me kind of being like my subconscious mind looking for that, you know? And I'd be thanking whatever universe. Meanwhile, it was just kind of me giving myself what I'm looking for. You give yourself what you look for. So while it is a good world to live in, like the love and light one, all things that exist in opposition to such a paradigm cause me distress, as I felt they should not exist. So now, although I was confirmed in love and light is the answer, I still, the spiritual seeking is always something. It's not enlightenment, like love and light. Oh yeah, that's the answer, but there's more. You know, the enlightenment's like the continuous seeking. I read about this actually a while ago. It's the continuous grasping at something that's always just out of reach. So yeah, I'd always be looking, and I was very much, well, I kind of realized that there was a contradiction in things, but I didn't quite understand how it worked. But I think my mind was I was tuning my mind into like, it was like on my radar. I was like, okay, mind, figure out what this contradiction thing's all about. Let's experience it, basically. And it showed me by revealing that, as much as there is love and light, there's hate and darkness. And that caused me a lot of distress, because what I felt I should be was the guy of love and light. And when I started seeing things of hate and darkness, I was now not on the level that I felt I should have been at, because what had happened is that what I wanted to experience, I was experiencing, and as I was experiencing it, I was creating an identity out of it. Like, oh, he's the love and light guy. I'm the love and light guy. Hey, look, it's love and lighty. Lighty love. Lighty loving McLover. Lovey McLighty. You know? And then when I started experiencing hate and darkness, that started to scare me, because I would criticize myself, because this is who I should be, and this is what I was experiencing. And now I was internally criticizing myself because I wasn't matching up to what my mind was tuned into. Although I was exactly tuned into what my mind was thinking about. The other possibilities. What else is there in the world? It's not just love and light, it's everything. Things can only exist in relation to its opposite, although I did not know that at the time, so I was very confused and terrified and scared, and I was like, what the hell's going on over here? Because I don't know what is wrong with me. So now, because the love and light guy was an identity, that identity was now being called into question, because other things were being experienced, and people would be like, it's the love and light guy, and I'd be like, yeah, that's me, and then in my mind I'd be like, I'm a fraud. You know what I mean? Because inside I knew that's not quite true, because now I see the dark things, and then meanwhile I'd have people coming up to me and be like, this guy, he's always looking at the brighter side of life. This love light guy, he's the guy, man. Like, He's always looking at the good things in the world. And then I'd be like, yeah, yeah, glass half full. And then in my mind I'd be like, there is no glass. There is no glass. You know what I mean? So, and that was hard, but that was the thing. In order for me to further dive into deeper experience, I had to be willing to go into opposing forces. Because you can't just be on one side of the teeter-totter. You know, that's no fun. So I was like, what's on this side? And then I was balanced out, and I was like, okay, whoa, okay, this is weird. And then my mind was too focused on that, and then I went like this. And then suddenly it was the darkness and the hate that was taking control, and I was super depressed and sad because I couldn't feel the love and light guy anymore. So I essentially felt like I had completely lost who I was. And then eventually it took me on a journey of having to let go of the love and light guy. I had to let him die. But I was scared to do that because I didn't want to become the hate and darkness guy. But in order to flesh myself out further and go deeper into experience and understanding how it is that I do what I do, like how I create the world that I'm in, experience-wise, by like tuning in, as I said, with your mind. In order to understand how that worked, I had to see it from the other end. Because before I was praising God and the universe for giving me all these experiences, like, oh, he's coming to me, oh wow, like all these signs are coming from the universe, you know. But the thing is that you are the universe, as all spiritual teachers say in one form or another. You are it. You are what you are seeking. The universe resides within you. It is there. But I could not well, because I was constantly seeking and knew there was something deeper into that. Oh my god. Oh, it led me to, well, I had to topple to the other side to realize that I am the one causing this on myself. Because once I got to this side and all I was experiencing was darkness and hate and all that, it didn't make sense, because why would the universe want to give me hate and darkness and sadness and just all this shapuda inside joke. Yeah, so it didn't make sense. Why would God essentially punish me in this way? It just didn't make sense. Why would I be involved in spiritualism or whatever religion if God is punishing me in this way? Because I deserve it? Because of what you've done? Okay, if I've done something, let me know, but I don't know what I did. But now I'm just having an awful time on this planet. Excuse me. This whole punishing thing. You know, God's all about forgiveness and love and this and that. So it was so out of context. Why, who, what, when, where, why. And yeah, then I realized, oh, oh, if God is in me, and if everyone sees God how they see him in their head, surely that means that they are the creator of God. We are made in his image. He is a creator. What are we? Creators. So this might be considered blasphemous. Man, I'm so glad we don't live in like the 16th century or 18th century, because saying stuff like this, you'd be condemned and this and that. But again, this is kind of what spiritualism says, like, you are God. Well, you are the creator of God. But that's a dangerous road to be on, because you can deceive yourself in that. Because even God is like, you know, it's a greater force. It's like better than, greater than. It's like a one up. And this is a big thing that I have with spiritualism, is that it's always like one upping. It's always greater than. I feel like spirituality tries to get the upper hand of life, implying that it's greater than, trying to one up on the world. Alan Watts talks about this. Like, you'll find. Oh, I'll try and elaborate on it. I might fail at this, but let's see. You gotta try, I suppose. Is that? I don't really know it, actually. But like, you'll find gurus and teachers and coaches, they're always one upping each other, being like, oh, I love you, and then they're like, oh, I love you more. No, I love all things, and it's like, I love you as me. You are me. It's almost like you can't help it. There's such a competitive nature within human beings, but we try to think that we're more than human, which we're not. Like, we're not even human. That's just a word. Like, you're just the symbol. The symbol. We put so much profound meaning on symbols that we confuse ourselves in the awe of it. And then what we do, which is even worse, is we place the symbol on ourselves and create an identity out of it. And then it's like, I am you, and I know that I'm you. You have to discover that you are me too. I will guide you there. It's mad. There was a post I put on Facebook, actually, which is funny. The guy commented back and thanked me for posting it. You're welcome. It's basically a whole school of fish, and then one fish away from the group, and he's saying, "Follow me, and I'll guide you to water."